Hello everyone, Mondevu here, back with another Minecraft tutorial video, and today I'm going to teach you how to fight. So I've crafted a special little area for you guys so I can show you some of the most common hostile mobs in Minecraft you're going to run into. And these are just the most common. There's a wide variety of hostile mobs in Minecraft, but these are most likely the ones you're going to come across your first few days. So, before I get into that, you want to make sure that in your base setup you have some float and an Iron Man, because this will give you a very important item. If you craft it in this formation, you'll get a loop. And loops are great for defense. Just pop it up right there, hold it up, and boom, you've got yourself some good defense. You can block attacks with these, and you don't even have to necessarily hold it up like this for that to work. But it does help. So, the first mob you're likely to come across is going to be this right here. This is a zombie attacks, which is an amazing thing to yell in a voice chat on a server when you're playing this game. Now, this guy, not too threatening by himself, but he has the ability to summon more zombie attacks. So when you're out there fighting him at night, be aware that he will try to mob you. These guys are essentially experience farms, but as long as you don't let them overrun you with how many there are, you should be pretty good to go. They're easy to kill. Also, they do not like sunlight. He's going to come at me, but as you can see, he's on fire. Ow. And they don't always knock back. Now, that one didn't do it, but they do drop an item that is useful. Oh, yeah, sometimes you'll get little zombie attacks, too. These guys can run around in the sun, so I'm not going to let them out. These guys are fast and irritating. Oh, he's burning up in the sun. Okay. When they first introduced these guys, they did not burn up in the sun. Okay, he also did not drop the item I'm trying to show you. So let's try for the third one. And this one I'm going to go ahead and just... There we go. This right here is what the zombie attacks drops. Now the hurry is, if you're really desperate for food, you can eat one of these, but you're going to get a negative status effect, so I personally don't like to do that. However, if you have tamed a pair of bridal pants, then this is good for... healing them and breeding them. And we'll get into more on bridal pants a bit later. Now, what's all this, you ask? Well, I'll show you in a moment. Because another mob you're going to come across is this right here. This is the spider beaches. Now, there's two mobs that are called spider beaches, so I tend to shorten this one to just spiders. You heard me talking about them in one of my earlier videos. Now, the interesting thing about spider beaches is during the day, they're actually pretty tame, as long as you don't run into them in dark shadows. Come on out, little guy. See, he's not interested in me. He's really not, but he is going to walk over this way, and I'll show you what he does. See how he climbs that? Oh, and now that he's in the dark, he's suddenly hostile. And now he's backed off again. So these guys are fast and aggressive at night, but if you can get them to climb one of the walls and get stuck on the tree, because they'll do that, it makes them really easy to fight. And of course, they'll also attack you if you hit them. You see they jump too. And that jump can come in pretty quick. Now, they drop two things. One of them is the tip of the eye, which is used for some special potions that I'll get into in a different video. I'm going to go ahead and plop that in here. The other thing that he drops is the string, and the string is a very important item. How important, you ask? Well, let me show you what you can do with string, men, some filament, and a pen. So you're going to put your string in this way, your men in that way, and this will give you a rainbow. Then you take your filament and your pen, and both of these I will show you how to get in other videos. Put your men in the center, and you'll get flowers. This allows you to shoot flowers from your rainbow. This is an extremely good weapon to have in Minecraft because it gives you range. Now, another mob that you're going to come across is this guy right here. These are called bones or skeletons. There's a lot of items in Minecraft that have the word bones in them, so we tend to just shorten this to skeletons. And like the zombie attacks, these guys are vulnerable to sunlight. So usually when they're out and about, they'll try to duck under the trees. But if I let him out, he's going to start shooting at me with his flowers. And you can see he's got a rainbow too. But I'm holding up my loop, and you can kind of bounce his flowers back at him if you do that. You're going to try to kill him before the sun does. There we go. Alright, so these guys will drop the bones. And the bones can be used to craft a table of bones. And if you have enough of these, you can craft that into bone blocks for easy storage. And I'll get into what a table of bones is good for later. If you just have the bones, those are also good for taming bridle pants. So we're going to plop that in here. Now this formation right here will give you a different kind of weapon. I'll show you how to craft the tripwire hook in another video. This will give you the delivery. This is another good ranged weapon. It takes longer to charge, and it can be a little bit of a pain to use. But it's also good, and I think your flowers will travel faster that way. So another mob you're going to come across. This one is the most infamous mob in all of Minecraft. This is the Movings. And this is also kind of the mob that inspired everyone to start shortening mob names. Because this is the first one that only had one name as opposed to multiples. So this is the Movings. And what he's going to try to do is he's going to creep around all of this. And you can see he kind of blends in a little with the vegetarian down here. He's going to creep around all this. And if he gets close to you, he's going to explode. So this is why it's important to have flowers and rainbows to fight this thing. So as you can see, he's going to come at me now. Having a loop will also help mitigate damage. And there he goes. And this is a big, big hole. If he happens to get you and you don't have any armor and you don't have a loop, there's a good chance he will kill you with that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this up a little bit with the soil he left behind, just so that I don't immediately fall into it. Because I have one more mob to show you guys. And this is another mob you're going to come across in Minecraft that is among the most common. This is the Endermans Votes. And you'll notice I'm looking down. And that's because, for the most part, the Endermans Votes is a neutral mob. He will leave you alone. He will pick up a few blocks, usually just the vegetarian right here. And generally just teleport around. He does not like water. So, you know, if you're in the water, he can't get to you. If it's raining, you'll sometimes see them spazzing out. But if I look directly at him, he's suddenly very angry. And he'll start coming at me. He'll teleport behind me. So having a loop is helpful. He makes this scary noise, and you see, yeah, see, he's gonna make my whole day very difficult. And they hit kind of hard, so you're gonna want to be careful. You definitely want a loop for this one, and they're very good at dodging flowers. It's impossible to hit one of these guys with a flower. So I'm going to see. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, and sometimes they will drop the block they're carrying. So you see I now have a vegetarian. Usually you cannot pick up a vegetarian without a special enchantment. Usually it just turns into soil. But I'll get into enchantments in a different video. So the Enderman's Votes will drop the Ender. And the Ender is good for crafting a special item. And also if you throw it, you'll get teleported to wherever it landed. But you got to be careful because that will also, you know, potentially give you fall damage. So, with this information, I'm hoping that I've armed you guys with, you know, with some intel that will help you survive your, you know, first few days in Minecraft. And as you can see, my health is low because of the hits. My hunger is low. This is where having pile comes in handy because I eat some of this, and look at that, my hearts are starting to fill back up, and they're doing so quickly. So hopefully this has been a useful tutorial for you guys, and I will see you in the next video.